How do you do, fellow gamers? This is It's Man here with Bedrot, a horror game where we rot in our bedroom. Now, real quick, before I jump into gameplay, I'd like to let you guys know that if you guys like a comment to be featured on any future videos, then well, obviously just leave a comment. That's it, just leave a comment. And so, without further ado, let's begin Bedrot. So this game contains swearing, flies, trash, and bed rotting. Okay. Would you like to view the spoiler content warnings? Nah. Reader discretion is advised. Now, dear reader, let's begin. How long has your life been like this? You haven't a clue. But, given your situation, you don't care about that. Rise and shine, Alice Abbott. What time is it? The time really shouldn't matter to you. Not when you're just gonna stay inside all day. Whatever. I'm just gonna do what I do best. Sit and watch TV. It's gotten so bad that you can't bring yourself to get out of bed. In order to look around, you find yourself having to click on everything in the room. Really? Okay. So what do we got? We have the light. So what's this lamp doing? You've been meaning to call someone to fix this. Alas, the stench of rotting wood is nothing for you. Not when you live with the flies. So what about this? You're grateful for this. Grateful that you don't have to go out for food. Otherwise, you would have died long ago. Chair, box. Even though you've lived in this dorm for some time, Even though you've lived in this dorm for some time, you never finished unpacking. Looks like it's gonna stay that way. What about this? Looks like the floor has become your trash bin for tissues. And the spilled drink? You haven't bothered to clean that up. Too much of a hassle when you already live in filth. Garbage can. You're so tired most of the time that you can't even bring yourself to put the trash in here. And oh boy, like we got huge bags here. The trash has piled up so much that it almost covers the windows. I would take out the garbage if I didn't have to go outside. Cracks on the wall? You used to care about that crack in the wall, but now it's just decoration. And this? So you meaning call? Okay, so I think we've already interacted with this. And the bed? It's you. Your sad hermit little self. As if you didn't know that already. And the TV? You would have lost your head without this lovely contraption. Want to watch something? Sure, I guess. You switch the TV on. Just like every single day. People always tell you to be consistent. And here you are, consistently staying in bed and watching TV. Even though you do this every day, the TV's flickering light still burns your retinas. You switch through the channels. News, sports, questionable stuff, kid shows. You settle on My 30-Day Wedding. Yes, you know that just about everything in that show is staged. But you like it. You like seeing these people be so petty towards each other. Seeing them beat the shit out of each other over silly things like soap reminds you of why you're even here. I know that some might think that I'm missing out on life. But I'm perfectly fine missing out on people. Even if My 30-Day Wedding is staged, you can't help but feel that there's some level of truth to the pettiness. You remember how when you actually attended class, some boy began trying to prank you? And by prank, I don't mean silly things like dialing random numbers. I mean shit like trying to dump acid on you, oh jeez. And it was all because I didn't want to work with him on a project. Maybe I came across too harshly when rejecting him? A massive part of you believes that the world is a shitty place. But the idea that maybe it's your fault is tempting. No, whoa, that headline, okay. So, You sit back and think on it some more. That headline. At least if something's your fault, you can fix it. You switch to the news channel. You feel like watching something informative. Good evening, citizens of Libretto City. Evening? You're not surprised. More disappointed in yourself than anything. You used to wake up at the crack of dawn to get shit done. Now, you wake up at the crack of dusk to lay and rot. You bring your attention back to the TV. Thoughts aren't good for you. Today we bring you a grisly case. A murder. Another one, just like every day. Yes, I know that you see this shit every day, but this one is so bad that we have to show you. You zone out a bit, while the reporter talks about the crime scene. About how the victim was found under Cardinal River, with half of her face burned off, and her breast torn. The victim was named Emma Greenwood. Your ears perk up. You remember that she was one of your classmates, back when you went to class. And she was also one of the only people to check up on you. You're sure that she was a good person. She sure as hell didn't deserve to die in such a horrific way. Why is the world like this? How is it that you could do everything right and still have something horrible happen to you? You decide to sleep. Again. And just like every night, you don't dream. On one hand, if you don't dream, you can't remind yourself that this situation does suck. Plus, you don't have nightmares about how a stranger is gonna bust in to strangle you. On the other hand, sleep is getting boring without dreams. Sleep just consists of your random thoughts bouncing off of each other. It's too much like when you're awake. Rise and shine! Again. Even though you got well over half a day of sleep, your eyes are still glued shut. Not to mention that the sunlight makes you want to clamp your eyes. You don't enjoy sunlight. You don't even go out to feel its warmth. It's just a nuisance to you. Something that stops you from... You can't think of what it stops you from doing. What am I doing? What am I doing with my life? Rotting away, that's what. It's in moments like these where you question everything. No, you didn't question it when trash began piling up in your room. Nor did you question it when people showed up at the dorm with bills, letters of expulsion. Nor did you question it when people showed up at your dorm with bills, letters of expulsion, all that good shit. Now that sunlight is hitting you, you question it. Part of you wants to go over to the window and cover it up with something. But you also don't want to see the dents you left in the bed from how long you've laid there, from how long you've laid here. Makes everything feel too real. You hide from the light under the wrinkled covers. You don't sleep under there. You lay awake. The sunlight barely penetrates the thin fabric, but it's better than your eyes being fried. There's nothing to distract you from your thoughts under the covers. Nothing but the faint buzzing of flies around the garbage. You try to make out little conversations the flies might be having. Anything to distract you from your mind. After what feels like an eternity, the room is dark again. You prop yourself up again. Just another night of nothing. That's what I expect. Just like every single night since you cage yourself in here. The only difference is that now, you're realizing how miserable it is. So, what now? What's this? Huh? What's this? Oh, that's what I'm asking. You can't discern what it is. Maybe it's a plant of some kind. You don't know what it would be living off of. Maybe off of the food scraps under your bed? Maybe off the decaying wood? No use in wondering about it, though. No use in wondering about anything now. You lay back down in bed, stomach completely empty. As the days go on, you feel like your head's becoming more empty. You can remember how when you were younger, the lives of you and your sister were filled with joy and whimsy. As much as you can get in Bedrot City, at least. You know that your sister's off being productive, working in forensics of some kind. Heck, she's probably working on Emma Greenwood's case right as you rot. How would she feel if she saw me like this? Everyone in my family thinks I'm off getting some psychology degree. They all think I'm actually doing something with my life, when I'm just rotting. That's the best word for it. I used to be something. Someone. Now I'm just a husk. You remember when Emma came to check up on you? She asked if anything had happened. You tried to pinpoint what happened. You're still trying, to be quite frank. At least if something did happen to you, they said your life would be justified, right? Maybe it wasn't a single bad thing that happened. Maybe it was a bunch of smaller things piling up. Even though you've spent the better part of the day sleeping, you're too tired to think. You just want rest. It's been long overdue. When you wake up, the sun is blaring on you, and your little plant friend. Why is there so much sunlight out there? Bedrot City is usually all dark and gloomy. Why is it all bright now of all times? Sometimes you like to think that it's sunny because you're not out there. Self-aggrandizing. So I don't know how to pronounce it. I'm just gonna guess. Yeah. So self-aggrandizing. Fuck yeah. Funny? Hell yeah. At least it's funny in your mind. Seeing the sun out reminds me that everyone's out there doing stuff. At least in the night, people are doing what I do, for the most part. Eating, watching TV, and sleeping. But I know that's not true when the sun is shining. You lay back down. Again. You truly hate being reminded of what you could be doing instead of laying in bed all day. You know it's your fault that you're like this. You struggle to sleep through the day, lost in thought. I know that some people out there feel the exact way I do. But it manifests so differently for people. Some people just turn to alcohol. Some turn to adrenaline hunting. Some throw themselves into their work and become even more productive. I think that any of those people are more productive than I am. Even the alcoholic and adrenaline junkie. Because at least they're putting themselves out into the world. Why do my feelings manifest in this way? Night falls, yet again. Wait, oh look, another plant. Just like every single night. Do you know how insanity is defined? You really should, considering that you barely survived one semester of university. Wait, one semester? Huh. No answer? Ah, shucks. Explains why you stopped attending class. Insanity is when you do the same thing over and over again expecting a different result. That's exactly what you're doing. The thing is that I know nothing's gonna change. No shit it isn't. I know that every single day is the same. But how different am I compared to other people then? Alright, good point. The way that you view it, with regards to insanity, you're the same as most people. People go to university expecting to outshine their peers. Even if they're reusing the same study habits from high school. People go to work every single day, doing random stuff for an apathetic boss. Expecting that out of all the other employees, they'll be the ones to get rich. It's all the same to you. Except for the fact that society doesn't consider what you do to be productive. You do miss blissful ignorance. You hate being able to see the systems for what they are. You hate how you can't just go along with it like everyone else. Even though it all is the same. The difference is that those people are happy. While I'm not. Nah, don't be such a Debbie Downer. Maybe you should watch some TV to return to your usual state of apathy. Oh boy. So, looks like the TV's off. You don't remember turning it off. Guess that they finally cut the power. Explains why the lamp's off. This day was coming. And now your one source of entertainment is gone. All that can keep me occupied now are my thoughts. Or sleep. What does it matter that the power's gone? Most of my time is spent sleeping and thinking anyways. White noise rings in your mind. Your stomach grumbles with hollowness. And your eyes just don't want to stay open. Regardless of if you sleep for 3 or 18 hours, your eyes want to stay clamped shut in eternal slumber. Your eyes give in, and darkness is all you see. Your other senses are heightened, but even they feel dull. You know that it smells slightly worse in here than usual. You're used to the stench of mold and rotting wood. But you're beginning to pick up the odor of decaying meat. Uh-oh. The flies are gonna love that. You wake up from another dreamless night. That's good. Nothing to remind you of what we could be missing out on. And it's night? You either slept for only a few hours or for an entire day. I'm probably going to fall right back asleep any minute. You're starting to wish that you'd stay asleep forever. Oh boy, uh-oh. Wait, there's another plant there. It's close to blocking off the exit. It's not like it matters. I was never going to leave in the first place. Quite the thought of despair there. But it's true. There's nothing out there for you. You're sure that no one in your family cares. You're sure that, even if you finally did go out, you'd be miserable. Hell, the one person you remember being kind to you wound up dead. What does that mean? Does it mean that you have to resort to assholery if you want to live? The worst part of it all is that, even after thinking about it, you don't know the root of your issues. Maybe it was a bunch of small things snowballing up to something massive. But you can't even figure out the smaller things. You fall back asleep. For a long, long time. And again, it's dreamless. You've come to realize that maybe you don't dream because your mind itself is a prison. Oh, wait a minute. What? Check that out. Uh-oh. It smells like blood and guts are spread around the room. Dude, look at that. We're all tangled up in the plants now. It's too late for you now. Oh boy. A very useless TV. You can barely smell the rotting trash from here. Mostly because it blends in with the rest of the odors. And this? Gone is the foul odor of garbage, replaced by just the scent of your room. And this? The exit's blocked. You're too late. The vines. Rot? Guts? The substance stays wrapped around you. You don't try to fight it. Oh boy. You want to scream, but you're too tired. The strange tentacles poke through you, stitching you straight to bed. You never intended to leave in the first place. Not for a long time, at least. But now that you're truly chained to the bed... you expect to regret it all. You don't. You had no dreams to live for. So your nightmares became your reality. End. Bedrot. Yikes. Uh-oh. Oy. Wow. Yeah. If I remember correctly, I think the game's description said that there's only... What was there, only one ending? Yeah. I don't know, hold on. Let me recheck the game's page real quick and see if there might be other endings. If not, well then yeah, then that probably means that that's the only ending. Yeah, so hold on. Let me see if there's any like other endings real quick. Okay, yeah, so after checking the game's page again, yeah, that was the only ending. Yeah. Yeah, so dang, I actually really like this visual novel. Yeah. I like how, the previous visual novel I played from this developer, it was more so like how do you say, that one was more so like comedic in nature, but I like how this one, I guess, like sort of to stay true to like the horror elements of it. Like I like how this one basically does like a complete 180, and it's basically like it's completely like gloomy and bleak and all that stuff, which, you know, I mean, yeah, even though like we didn't really get a happy ending, I still like it. Yeah, you know, I think that like yeah, you know, in my opinion, even though the ending was very bleak and gloomy, like I still think it was great, you know. I like to think that this game, you know, was made to, I guess, like accurately portray, you know, what it's like going through from what I'm guessing, like I'm guessing that it's supposed to portray like depression or something, because so in this game, like, yeah, you know, like obviously like we're literally doing nothing but just laying in bed and doing like basically like engaging in little to no activity whatsoever, because it's like, you know, like the character that we're playing as, Alice, I think that was her name. Yeah, so Alice, she thinks that, oh, that, you know, like what's the point, you know, like she thinks like, oh, you know, that there's nothing else good for her anymore, and that really that all she could do is just simply, well, yeah, you know, just rot in bed, you know. Yeah, so I'd like to think that that's what the game is like trying to portray. Like I think it's trying to portray, you know, what it's like going through depression. Yeah. Which, you know, like again, like I said, even though the ending was pretty like bleak, like, yeah, you know, like it basically shows like, yeah, you know, like it basically shows like, yeah, you know, just how, like, I guess how bad it is, or like, yeah, like how bad it is to like really like go through like a depressive, you know, state of mind. Yeah. Which, you know, like speaking of, I'd also like to think that it also stresses the importance of like, you know, like seeking help, you know. And yeah, you know, like I know that, yeah, like, you know, sometimes, you know, it can be like extremely difficult to seek help, but one thing in particular that I notice in this game is that, you know, that Alice, the main character, was under the impression that, oh, you know, that if she were to reach out to, you know, her sister, or if she were to reach out to her parents, to her family, then, you know, like she was afraid that, oh, that instead of like, you know, offering her a helping hand, or instead of like, you know, like talking to her, like she was under like she thought that, oh, you know, like she was afraid like, oh, like what if you know, like what if they're gonna be judgmental instead, or what if they're gonna like ridicule me for like, you know, like getting to this point, you know, which in real life, unfortunately, that's one of the biggest reasons like why a lot of people who are going through these kinds of troubles like may not seek help, you know, because, yeah, you know, like sometimes, you know, like when someone's going through depression, for example, or any other like any other like mental, you know, crisis, like, yeah, you know, like they may feel discouraged to seek help from their friends or family, because they're afraid that, oh, you know, that instead of helping them out, that they might become judgmental, or that they might ridicule them. But like I said, you know, I'm very glad that this game actually like shines light on those issues, and it also shines light into like I guess, you know, like it also shines light into like, I guess, you know, deeper aspects of those issues, which I think is a good thing. Like in my opinion, that's a very good thing. Yeah. So yeah, you know, honestly, I really hope that this game like wins the game jam again, considering that from what I saw, like it actually tackles like an issue that many people experience in real life, and it also does a deep dive into it as well. Yeah. So so, you know, to the developer, keep up the great work. And yeah, you know, I like this game, you know, just as much as the previous game that I played by this developer. yeah. So once again, keep up the great work. I really enjoyed reading through this game. And yeah, I really like this. This was a pretty cool game. Yeah, but anyways, that's it. So this was Bedrot, a horror game played by the man himself. Like, comment, share, and subscribe. And finally, as all you gamers say, peace out and stay gnarly, amigos.